Hi there, I'm Andy Hillier, and in this guitar lesson I'm going to teach you how to play Max and Chloe from Life is Strange. I've done a little arrangement of it. You can go and check that out. I'll leave a link in the description and a card above, probably, if I remember to do it. So go and have a listen to that, and then I'm going to teach you how to play that today. Just before I do though, if you wouldn't mind subscribing to my channel, it really does help me out, keeps me going, and also liking the video, sharing the video, leaving comments on the video, let me know what songs you want to learn. And if you love what I'm doing and you want to print these tabs off, I've got a Patreon page. I'll leave a link to that in the description down below. We've got quite a lot to get through. We've got 7 lines, let's get straight onto it. Standard tuning. You could play it on an electric guitar, a classical guitar like I'm playing on, or an acoustic guitar. It'd sound nice on all of them. Okay, so the little intro part I did sounded like this. So for that I'm just holding down G2 with my first finger, third finger on B3, and I'm playing the D string, then G, then D, then G, then the B, back to the G, D, and G. So the first bar, and that just repeats 4 times, so you got. So that's like the little intro part, and then the next line, sort of main melody part, goes. So for that, we're starting off with a D sus4 chord. So hold a normal D chord down, which is your second finger on E2, first finger on G2 and third finger on B3, but add your little finger onto E3 and you're going to play the bottom 4 strings. That's a D sus4 chord, so that's the first bar, bar 5. Then take your little finger off and you've got the D chord for bar 6. Bar 7, take your second finger off and that's a D sus2 chord, so you've got. And then you're going to put your second finger back down and play that string on its own twice on the E string. So the first 3 bars of that line go. Then playing in the next bar, open D, open, remember not to play anything in the brackets, so ignore that 2 in the bracket. Playing the open E and then B3, so you got. And then into the next bar, bar 9, we've got a G triad, which is your first finger on B3, second finger on D4, and third finger on A5. Oh, not A5, D5. Okay, and then you just hold those on, and then you're going to play another D5 in the next bar. Let me just quickly play you those bars 5 to 10 inclusive. You got. And then in bar 11, we're just going to do a D5, so open D, G2 and B3 at the same time. And then play like the intro part again 3 times. So let's try the whole line nice and slowly, here it comes. On to the next line. It starts the same, the first 2 bars, goes D sus4, then to D, into bar 17. I'm using my little finger on fret 5, or you could use your third finger, whichever you prefer. So E5, B3 and D at the same time. And then play B3, then B2. Into the next bar, bar 18, play the D. And then B3. And then in bar 19, we're playing E3, open G and B3 at the same time, then open B, then another E3, and then the last 4 bars are the same as the previous line, so that should make sense. Let's just try playing that line, here it comes. Okay, so that's like the A section. Then the next line, we've got the B section. It sounds like this. So for that, I'm playing just a finger on E3 and playing the open D, G, and the B strings. And then I just roll down them. So play the D, sorry, the B, the G, and then the D. So you got. And then add your third finger onto B3 and do the same. Keep your fingers in the same place, but now playing the E, the open G, the B3, and the open E in bar 27. Then roll down E, B, G. And then add your first finger in the next bar, bar 28, onto E2 and do the same idea. So let's play bars 25, 26, 27 and 28. You got. Bar 29, first finger on G2, play the open D at the same time, then open D, G2, D, so you got. Third finger on B3, first finger on G2, and the next bar 30. And play the open D at the same time. And then play the B, the G, and then the D, so you got. Then you're going to play open D, G2, B3, and the E string at the same time. Then play E, B, G. Then put your second finger down, and you've got a D chord. And play down those. Let's just play 29, 30, 31, and 32. You got. And on to the next line. It starts the same as the previous line with the. So the first two bars are the same. Then you've got an E minor chord, which I'm just strumming. Use my second finger on A2, third finger on D2. Then play E, B, G. And then bar 36, we've got this F sharp 7 chord, which is your first finger barred across all the strings on the second fret. Second finger on G3, third finger on A4, strumming all the strings, and then play the E, B, and the G strings. So you've got. If you struggle to play that, you could just play E2 and E2 at the same time, and then play E2, B2, and then G3. So it could be an easy way of playing it if you didn't want to do the whole chord. And then the last four bars are kind of like the last four bars of the verse part. So you got. So let's just try that line. We've got. And then I repeated back to the second line, did the whole of the A section and the whole of the B section, so lines 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember, you can print these off from my Patreon account. And then the C section, the first line of it goes. So for that, I'm playing E3, A2 and open B at the same time. And then I've got E3, open D and B3 at the same time. And then bar 43, got open A, D2 and E. Bar 44, I've got A1, D4 and E2. Bar 45, I've got A3, open D and open B. And then the next bar 46, I'll just go to B3. Bar 47, open E and open B and E strings at the same time. And then bar 48, we've got E2, A3 and open D. Let's just quickly try that line. And the last line goes. which is just E3, A2 and B at the same time. Then E3, D and B3 at the same time. E2, D4 and E at the same time. E2, D4 and E2. Then the last four bars are the same as what the bars were in the sort of A section. Let's just try that last line. So we've got. And that's the whole song. Well, I hope you've enjoyed that little guitar lesson. If you have, if you wouldn't mind subscribing to my channel, which is Andy Hillier, giving me a like on the video, really helps me out. Leaving me some comments in the comment section. Let me know where in the world you're from. It's really interesting for me just to hear like you guys around the world watching this. And put your requests in there. If you want to print this out so you can play it along to my cover version of it, I've got a Patreon account that I've set as cheap as I can. I'll leave a link in the description down below, and then you can print them off. Thanks for watching this. I do appreciate it. I've been Andy Hillier, and I'll see you next time.